Hola, people. Hello and welcome. This is going to be an adventure. It's going to be our Deviant Divination, the Reveries of Tarot, or whatever. This is an honor. Well, hello, Mona. Happy belated birthday. I got you early. I got you on the day of, and the day after. Was it yesterday? I don't know. The days are all crazy. But yeah, this is in honor of my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She's having a sale right now, and her theme is like the Phoenix. And I thought that would be really good. Also, don't don't mind this. Like, I'm over it at the moment. I put a hat on earlier, and I'm just the hair is gonna do what the hair does. That's what it is. So this is going to be fun. We're gonna do it slightly different. Thank you. I kind of like it too, but there's a few things. But we're gonna do two cards. Well, two sets. So when you think of Phoenix energy or the Phoenix, what pops into your mind? I think of rebirth, obviously. I think of fire, and I think of the heat. I think of the hotness. I think of something that gets so intense that it transforms. And so, in order for it to transform, it has to sort of like the situation or the experience as it is has to die, right? It has to die. And then from those ashes, from that sort of like burning point, something new is born. And so it can very well mean situations that they're not going to be the same. They're going to be different. But in order for them to be different, we have to really push that experience, and we have to really invest into that and allow certain things to die so we can learn and grow and focus on something new, right? Death and rebirth, what needs to burn to grow, yes. And fire, transformation, making space for new experiences, absolutely. And so with the cards, what I think we're gonna do, we'll have like two stacks, and I don't know how many I'm gonna do today. We'll see. But the first stack will be about, okay, what do I need to focus on allowing to sort of like die? Like, what do I need? What in my life, or what questions around death, or what situations need to be ended so something new can be reborn? And the second the second card will be about the rebirth. Like, what will come through. Does that make sense? We'll get there. I'll just start doing it, and it'll make sense. So I hope everyone's have a good blah 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 blah. Sugar. I hope everyone has had a good day. It's 3:19 here. My day's been decent, kind of slow. Like, it rained all day here yesterday. And today it's not raining, it's just kind of cool and like overcasty. So the energy, the vibe has been very like mellow and just weird. But we got some stuff done. I had to go get more yarn for mandrakes that I've been crocheting. Well, hello, Facebook user. So y'all, take some time to ground and center. Take some time to focus on your breathing. Just tune in to yourself and what you may need right now. Let's just focus on messages that can come up that we can converse about, that will promote growth and we can all benefit from, right? So when you're ready, go ahead and choose 1, 2, or 3. Stack 1, 2, or 3, and the dominant number will get utilized. So 1, 2, or 3, comment or write down. Again, it's your preference. If you write it down, just keep note of it, because I can't see it. But I'll comment so I can. Why am I having like communication issues today? I don't know. Hello, Christy. Good to see you again. So we have 2, we have 3, we have 2, we have 3. That's a tie. We need a tiebreaker, y'all. So 1, 2, or 3, the first number that pops into your head. Let's choose a stack. 2, 3, 2, 3. And if I don't see one, I'll choose. Why is it we always get tied? Okay, 3. We're gonna go with. Well, hello, Felicia. We'll go with stack 3, and then I'll divide that into 2. I really need a bigger space so I don't like just cards. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, 1. Interesting. So the card 1, again, this is just questions that come up, thoughts that we have, anything of that nature. All right. So card 1 is about the rebirthing process. So it is about what's going on right now that I need to sort of like lay to rest, or that I need to allow to die. Does that make sense? Death, it sounds so harsh, but that's kind of what's coming up. There's nothing wrong with death. Death is a part of nature. Death is a part of life. And just because something dies doesn't mean it's forever gone. It transforms into something new. So a situation dies, so something new can be born, right? And so we have to really shift our perspective of, death. Okay, let me get that there, and okay. So, again, we're doing 2 cards. This is the 7 of Wands reversed. And so, what does this express to you? What do you see going on in this card? How does it make you feel? Just whatever pops into your head. Feel free to throw it out there. Okay. And so when we have the 7, it's like, okay, what do I need to lay to rest? What do I need to finally get a handle on and know that this situation, this experience, this thing has to sort of like die so something new can be reborn? Okay. And so with the 7, my heart's with you. I'm sorry. Well, if this gets too much, Christy, just tune out, like just turn it off. But also if this helps, it might help. But if it gets to be too much, just tune out, and you can come back later if you want, or you don't have to. But no, you have that, you absolutely can do that. Releasing the constant need to defend yourself. Yes. What do I need to do? I need to stop, and I recognize, like, I don't owe anyone an explanation. I don't owe anyone anything. Like, I do the work that I want, right? And I focus on that. And so this, the 7 of Wands reversed, the things that I need to be focusing on, I need to release my instinct or my natural, whatever I'm called to do. Like, I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't need to answer to you. I don't need to answer to anyone else in my life, right? It's my life and my choice. And so with the 7 of Wands reversed, I don't need to fight. I don't need to be so aggressive with the world around me. I don't have to participate in my life like that. I don't need to force my beliefs, my thoughts on anybody. And so with the Phoenix type of mentality, this is me letting go of the need and that urge and that pressure to feel like I have to prove myself, or I have to stand up for myself. I have to defend myself. I don't have to defend myself. I don't have to stand up for myself because I don't owe you, anyone, like, general, um, like Jade expressed, an explanation. You don't. Um, so what is that? Uh, what is that? Again, what comes up here? Uh, I see you, Elisa, so it's working now. But yeah, I don't need to defend myself. And it is so, let me just tell you, like, it is so liberating. It is so freeing, very Phoenix like, when we recognize, like, I don't really have to show up in the way that you want me to show up. Like, when I realize, like, oh, why am I fighting here? Why am I arguing with someone who just doesn't want to see my perspective, or we're not going to agree? And I realize, like, oh, I don't have to engage. And I really don't owe anybody a response, you know? Well, hello, orange hearts, cute. Does that make sense? The card makes me think of a dude falling on the sticks like the medieval trap somehow. Yeah. Well, yeah, reverse is like the sticks are falling they're kind of like, the sticks are falling down, boom, boom. And it's just like, fall as they may. I really don't have to deal with this. It is what it is. What it is. Let's see. What do I need to release? The need to fight everyone and everything around me. Yeah. And how do I do that? Again, a question. Like, how do I stop fighting with the world around me and the world within me? What can I do? And y'all, it's again, it doesn't happen overnight. It can, but it doesn't always. And it's not always easy. So we're not going to be like 100% great at this all the time. Because sometimes I still defend myself and I still get defensive. I used to be more defensive, but now I'm just like, I'll just rant to people I care. I'll rant to people that I care about, like, this over here, and then I'll just leave it. I won't instigate, I won't antagonize a situation. I'll just be like, keep it to myself. And so when I recognize, like, oh, something's going on, and I realize, like, I can feel myself getting defensive, and I don't know how you recognize it. Everyone will be different, but I get hot. Like, I'll get like, oh, and the hoops, like, I feel them coming down. I'm like, I want to go for the throat. Like, I'm about to go in. I'm about to put a person in their place. I can feel the energy within me. It feels, I like it because I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. But it's not always healthy. And so when I feel that coming on, I'm like, okay, no. Let me stop. Got it. Let me breathe. And I laugh at myself because I can feel like, oh yeah, we're about to go to war. We're about to, like, we're going to put this person in their place. Yes, I like that. Let's fight. And then I'm like, you're so silly. Like, why? What's the point? Does that make sense? And so I stop myself. I breathe. I laugh at myself because it's hilarious to me. And then I'm like, yeah, I could handle it this way, but I'm not going to, because at the end of the day, I want to feel good. And I recognize by, fighting in this situation, it's not going to do anything, but probably irritate me even more. So, again, this is something that is transforming within us. This is something that we need to let go of. Like, I don't need to, I don't answer to you. I don't have to respond. I don't have to fight. I don't have to address these situations like I am expected to. A lot of people expect me to speak up. A lot of people expect me to throw those hoops down, to go for the throat, to get that way. And I don't have to do what is expected of me. I have to simply allow myself to shift and change and to handle it the way I see fit. Does that make sense? I don't have to explain myself to anyone. I get to just be. Exactly. Well, hello, Joanne. Welcome. I think it starts with learning to accept oneself. Yeah, and I think also it starts with learning to like, how do I want to feel in the long run? I do this a lot, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm like growing, adulting. Why? Ugh, but I like it. I just realized like, oh, in the long run, I just want to feel good. I want to feel better. I don't want to hold on to things. I don't want to be angry. And I know that if I assess the situation and if I handle it the way that I really want to handle it right now, I'm going to get irritated. I'm going to get angry. I'm going to hurt feelings. I'm going to experience all of this stuff that I don't like feeling. Sometimes it's necessary. But when I recognize that, I'm like, I want to feel better, and so I'm not going to go down this path, right? Stop thinking you have any sort of control over anything. That helps. You can direct with hard work, but not have absolute control. Yeah, that's another thing. It's like, okay, just go with that flow, and we have control in essence of ourselves. We don't control the world around us, but even like when we experience things, we have to allow for things to like, ooh, come up. We're like, oh wow, how do I do this? I don't know. Just go with that flow, and that's where again it goes back to knowing yourself. When you know yourself well enough, you can know how to respond to any given situation when it comes up. And so it's like, okay, this was new, but I know that I want to feel this way, and so I'm going to respond as best as I can in a way that's going to help me to get there. Yeah. Uh, I've been told that you have to not only create boundaries for others, but you have to create boundaries and rules for yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I think when we create boundaries for others, we are creating boundaries for ourselves, because at times we like to say, "Oh, I'm creating this boundary," but we don't follow through with it. And so it's like, yeah, we're creating a boundary for someone else, but if we don't follow through, when that boundary is tested, and it will be tested, if we're not consistent, then we're not setting that boundary. When we are consistent, that's actually setting up that boundary for us as well. Totally, I like that. Um, don't give it airtime in your energy. It's about to go to, yes, you know it. Good evening, Pamela. So when I get some lash out cravings, I just go onto Twitter. Oh my god, that's funny. The only person we have to answer to is ourselves. Absolutely. Well, just depends on who you're punching, right? If I punch someone, will I feel better? Probably not. Right. Maybe. I guess it depends. Sometimes. Uh, yes. Let's see. I try to remind myself that energy is going to flow where I give my attention. What do I want to manifest? What do I want to focus on creating? Yeah, and we're humanish, right? And so that will like peaks and valleys, ebbs and flow, ups and downs, right? So that's just going to change. We'll be really good at it sometimes, and then we'll be really terrible at it, and that's fine. So, how can I divert that energy into something that will benefit me and grow what is important to me? Yes. And so, this is going to be funny. So, the second card, we'll do a few of these because why not? I have time. The second card is a major card, major arcana card, right? And it is justice. And so the first card was more about like, okay, what's coming to, what do I actually need to allow to sort of die? What do I need to allow to be released and transformed, right? My defensiveness, the way I react. I need to take time to respond, right? I need to take time to breathe. And so I need to allow my sort of that outburst of energy to go. I know that about myself. Boom, let's go. I need to be more aware of it. And so what are we transforming into? Right? What are we allowing to be birthed? When we are no longer fighting, yeah? So justice, what does that say to you? What are you just looking at it? How does it? I wish I can get it clear, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyways, justice. Just looking at it, how does it make you feel? When you think of justice, what pops up for you? I like this because when we stop fighting with ourselves, when we stop fighting with others, and we allow that to sort of like die, again, when I say die, think of the phoenix, think of it burning up and that sort of transforming those ashes, blah, 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 they're on the ground, ashes, yeah, 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 and then emerge. What is emerging? Justice. Justice. um, is emerging from those ashes, right? And I like that because we have the scales. We have, okay, when I'm able to handle my anger, wands, when I'm able to handle my confrontational energy, I get to emerge, right? I get to emerge from in a place that is more balanced. And I feel that. I feel that a lot because with justice, it's like, you know what? I'm not allowing myself to get out of control. Sometimes it's necessary, but mostly I'm able to recognize when I have this outburst of energy, when I have this sort of like reactionary um pull. Does that make sense? And when I allow that, when I allow myself to just let that go, there's ashes, justice emerges. Then I become justice, and I become more in my own element, more in control of my own energies, and I'm able to respond and assess my situation. Assess my situation, my situation. What the heck? I don't even know how to talk anymore, apparently. I can assess my situation and I can respond accordingly. Instead of reacting, I am able to birth something new here. And what is being born, what is being reborn, is my ability to actually discern, okay, this is what is necessary of me, this is not necessary of me. This is what I can show up with, this is what I don't need. Does that make sense? And so it's like I just need a little bit of fire, just a little bit of fire. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of fire instead of coming to this situation with all the fire, like all the fire. It's like everywhere. You're not right. So just a little bit. And then maybe I need to alter it as we go. Here's a little more fire. But we don't need to start by going all in and going all cray-cray. It's not necessary. I like this. Let's see. Interesting card combo one. I said, the other is justice. Makes sense to me since they started letting go attacks and just walk away. Many of these people come back saying sorry. Yeah, I've had that happen lately too. The first two cards in line with purposeful Libra. Justice tells me pick your fights. Yeah, weigh it. Like weigh it out. Like what are the consequences and what are the pros and cons? In this situation, do I need to respond with more assertiveness or more aggressiveness? What is necessary here? It's almost like when someone sort of like disrespects you and they say something that's rude and you respond like, okay, what's going on here? Okay, they said something. How do I respond? Do I respond with aggressive energy and make the situation worse possibly? Or do I just say, up front, just be assertive and enforce, some boundaries and express like, no, that's not okay, and then move forward? Well, in this situation, maybe I just need to be assertive. That's the justice part of it. Does that make sense? So I'm weighing out what needs to happen. Well, in this situation, I need to be assertive. I don't have to get aggressive. I don't need to escalate this situation. So I'm assertive. Or maybe it's like, no, I have to be a little more aggressive. There's things here that are, possible cautionary things and danger, and so I do need to be a little more aggressive in the way I handle this. Does that make sense? So I like that. What do I need to see my truth? What do I need to do to bring balance to myself? Yeah, absolutely. And so, this is the whole like reborn thing. So, what are we shifting and changing with these two cards? Okay, well, how again with the Seven of Wands right here, the Seven of Wands? How do I allow myself to not always fight? How do I allow things to just, happen? And what can I do to be more mindful of when I get into a space that I really want those hoops to go down and I want to go for the throat? How can I stop myself? And before I decide, again, you can still go for the throat if you need to. Do your thing. I'm not going to judge you. But before I decide to do something, let me take a step back. And as I take a step back, and the more and more that I am aware of this, the more and more that I pay attention to this, and I take a step back, I take a breath, and I focus on what needs to happen. I emerge as justice. I emerge as a more well rounded approach. It's no longer defensive. It's more, I'm assessing my life and I'm able to handle this in a better way. And so instead of like, crazy, intense, I can decide, oh, I'm going to handle it this way instead. Yes, exactly. Take the time to respond instead of just reacting. I like that, absolutely. uh, I used to burst on fire for everything growing, meant to pick when to set myself on fire and restart from zero when just push to stop button. To me, yeah, absolutely. Exactly. So those are two cards. Let's choose another two. I like that, especially for our first sort of like Phoenix type of energy. It's like, okay, what are we allowing to die? Well, we're allowing sort of like the ignorant mentality to die. Oh goodness. Let's ban this person. I think I can do this, block user. Okay. Hilarious. So well, hello, Jama. I love your name. It reminds me, I had a customer named Jama. I like it. But I like this for the rebirthing process because again, it's like, okay, what are we rebirthing? What are we like setting off a flame? We are actually allowing ourselves to grow up. So it's ignorance. Ignorance is what we are sort of like allowing to, and we're all ignorant, and we will all be ignorant. I think that's just a part of life, and there's nothing wrong with being ignorant to an extent. As long as we don't know, we're ignorant. But when we finally get to a place where, oh, I need to be educated, or I'm open to being educated and handling things in a different way, I want to learn. I want to be better. I don't want to be ignorant. That's choosing to move forward and choosing to grow. Well, with this, it's like, okay, we are setting a flame with that Phoenix energy, the ignorance of how we usually handle situations, right? And then as we learn, as we take the steps to keep progressing, keep moving forward, keep being better, and choosing to handle situations from a better space, then we become like that justice energy. We are allowing that energy to emerge, and we're like, okay, I can take a step back. I can learn to recognize when I'm in this space, and I can stop myself before I immediately react. And I can stop myself, and I can breathe, and I can give myself some more time to think about it, and then I can respond. I love that. I love it. I do. So let's do another set. And y'all, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Thank you for showing up. I really appreciate it. And again, like I said, this is an honor and made public really because of Elisa Soul Kisses. She's having her her crystal sale or event right now, and I'll be helping her throughout the weekend, sharing different thoughts on crystals and such. So check it out, and the link is in the description. And I just like talking. I like talking. I like sharing. I like engaging. So I hope that this is beneficial to y'all. So we'll do another set and then take it from there. I like this actually. So bringing this up so you can see it. First card again. First card. Let's think of the Phoenix. Again, what are we burning up? Like, what are we getting ready to shift? Right. The Magician. The Magician. What comes up here? What questions can we ask ourselves with the Magician? Ugh. Don't judge me on my nails, y'all. I just colored my mom's hair the other night, and they're stained. Because I don't have gloves. So the Magician, what do you think of? When you think of a magician, what kind of, like, what pops up for you? Boom. All right. Okay. So what are we sort of like mulling over? What's coming up where we're thinking about, okay, this sort of has to shift. Like, we're about to, I really need to find a better term, but we're about to allow this sort of thing to die in order for it to be reborn, right? So with the Magician, what pops up? Y'all, it is hot in my office. I have like ring lights everywhere. I'm like, it's hot. I'm melting. So what does the Magician say to you? Well, hello, Joy. Manifestation. The Magician can make things exactly, absolutely. And so okay, so we're thinking about Phoenix energy. We're thinking about, okay, what are we allowing to shift, or what's coming into play with the Magician? The Magician is like, okay, my ability, like, I have all the tools, right? I have all the tools at my disposal. I can make things happen. I know that. I know what I'm capable of. I know that I have the resources to change. I have everything I need to create my reality. I have everything I need to tap into whatever frequency I need to tap into to create. I have all the tools. So what's holding me back? What do I need to shift? What do I need to change? So it's like, okay, I think that this is saying, like, okay, we have to move from, like, oh, sugar. Try not to swear. How do I put this into words? It is, and I'll check your comments in a second, but there's something that wants to be birthed, and I can't really formulate it. With the Magician, it's kind of like, sorry, it's taking me a second. I don't know how to put it. It's kind of like it's no longer, we cannot be armchair magicians, right? So like, if you don't have the actual nitty gritty experience, if you don't have the actual experience, then it's time to do that. We can collect books, my books, right? We can collect books. We can collect yarn. It's like, okay, I have all this, I'll have all of this yarn, but if I don't do anything about it, what good is that, right? If I have all of these books and I don't read them, when I don't actually connect with them and utilize the information, what good is that? If I collect all of these cards, decks with the E, what good is that, right? All of the things, but if I don't use them, if I don't apply them, what is it? Say it with me. What good is that? Does that make sense? Phoenix energy and the Magician. I have everything I need, so it's really important that I actually use what I have. I work with what I have. let's see, shift in what we create, or more so maybe how we create. What can I do to acquire the tools to move forward? Ooh, and make the changes needed. Yeah. And it's more so, it's also like, why am I not making the changes that I know that I need to make? Because I have the tools. So what is holding me back from creating this change? Ooh, self-doubt maybe. Yeah. How we use our tools. Yes. An ethereal connection to move forward. It's all a choice as to where we want to move forward. Yeah. And so when we're dealing with like the magician and, you know, what we're going through, and the shift, like the change, like what needs to change, I have everything that I need right now. Right now, I have everything that I need to change something in my life. So why am I not changing it? And another thing that's popping into my head that I'm getting told to share is that a lot of times we think we have to have the perfect layout. Case in point, you know, I have a really nice microphone. I have a nice camera right now. I didn't always. I use like a cheap, like $20 camera, because at that point in my experience, I have all these damn ring lights, which I got at a good deal. So yes. But I started with just a regular light. I started with a really crappy camera and not a really good microphone. I started with all that stuff because that's what I had. And then I'm like, I want to invest, right? I want to do more. I was able to use what I had at all times to create more. But I did, like, I started with something that wasn't as great, but it didn't hold me back from achieving what I wanted to achieve. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like what's going on here. It's like, just, you have to start somewhere. You can't keep thinking that you're going to get the perfect layout, because if you have, like, first of all, y'all, I'm not perfect. Obviously, you know this. I mean, look, flyaways. But I'm not perfect. But I love communicating, and I love, y'all know my facial expressions. You know them well. And, you know, I can't hide stuff, and I swear, and I do all this, but I love the way that I communicate. I like being able to share myself with you, and you're able to like experience like I'm talking to you in person, right? I like that. And I wouldn't have been able to grow into that had I had all of this perfect stuff, because I've learned as I've, you know, I've learned that as I've grown and as I've, you know, invested into new things. Does that make sense? And so with the magician reverse, um we have to really confront ourselves. Okay, I know that I have the tools to create change for my life. I know that I have the things that I need. I don't have to acquire anything extra. Okay, the extra is nice if I want it, if it comes along, but I have everything I need here and now. So let me remember that. Let me remember I have everything I need to create change, to experience life the way I want to. Always utilize your current resources. Don't ever feel like you are not enough or you don't have enough and you can't create with what you have. You can start somewhere. And I think that's so important. And it's interesting. So what is being emerged, which is a challenging one, because I feel like this is a warning. So the second card is not necessarily happy. So let's talk about that. We have the 10 of Cups reversed. So it's like, oh no, I don't know if I want this to be birthed into my reality. But let's just, you know, let's explore it. So what does this say to you? How does this make you feel? 10, the 10. I like it in the sense of the 10 reversed is there's still time for me to create my happiness. There's still time for me to create my joy. It's not there yet, you know, I'm not there yet, but I can still get there. I have the opportunity to get there. My time hasn't run out, if that makes sense. So what is the 10 of Cups reversed? How does it look to you? What's going on here? So I feel what's emerging. I feel like the Phoenix energy, what is, we have to do something with what we have. We have to utilize our resources. And when we utilize them, when we understand, oh, I do have everything I need, I recognize like I'm not really connected emotionally to these things. So I think what is happening here is this sort of like discernment. What do you actually want to do? Because if you have all of the tools and all of the things, what do you want to create with it? And really check in with yourself. Like really ask yourself, like, what do I want to create with this? Because if I can't connect, if I don't build this emotional bond, right, with this, then why do I want it? I want all, let's say I want all of this stuff because I am told that to be successful I should have these things, but I don't really want them. I want to feel successful, and I am told by society or whatever, in order to feel and be successful, I have to get all these things. Does that make sense? And so then I recognize, that's not really rewarding to my heart. That's not really rewarding to my relationships, to my family. I don't feel it. And so I think this is a sort of cautionary thing, as well as a reminder. Your success, what you want for your life, it doesn't have to look any type of way other than what you want it to look like. If you are, well, hello, MM. I like your name. It's so fun. MM. I like it. It's cute. Is that real? Is it your real name? Is it short for anything? I have to know. You don't have to tell me. But I love saying it. Anyways, sorry, got distracted. 10 of Cups reversed. I need to be very aware, like what is emerging is my ability to be emotionally available and honest. And I recognize that I am not where I want to be yet. But I know that when I show up for myself and I allow myself to be vulnerable, because again, 10 of Cups, look, 10 of Cups here, there's like this joy, there's this happiness, there's this like, the normal family dynamic, whatever that means, but the cups are reversed. And so it's like, oh, I really need to be emotionally like pour out. I need to be vulnerable. I need to be honest. I need to, release and be present, right? And so when I am, it feels some type of way, but I know that when I am emotionally present and vulnerable and honest with my family, or whatever your family dynamic is, it doesn't have to be actual family, your people's, things can really change. Society is dictating our progress. Ooh, I like that. What do I have to do to connect emotionally to reach my goals? Yes, yeah. And as I emerge, I'm going to emerge in a way that I am still struggling, but I'm learning. And I know that it has to do with my heart, my emotions, my spirituality, right? We were just talking about the mental gymnastics, about what I want my professional success to look like and feel like. Yes, I would even say mental gymnastics because my heart is in it too. Yeah, yes. So kind of like telling you need to either flip your cup around your situation or need to empty your cup. Ooh, I like that. Yes, it's both, because again, when the cups are reversed, I feel it's like, okay, we filled our cup up with a lot of stuff, like, oh, too much tequila, y'all, whoopsie, it's time to pour it out. Oh my gosh, pour it out. Is it poured out? Poured out. It makes me think of that Netflix show, Sweet Magnolias? Yes, I watched it, and yes, I watched both seasons, and Jamie Lynn, but it was cute, okay? It was cute. Anyways, makes me think of that. It's like, okay, we need to pour that cup out, pour our emotions out, and then realize, like, I need to get this off my chest or out of my heart, and I need to start paying attention to what I put back in. Does that makes sense? I like that. So yeah, flip your cup around and figure out what you want to add to it. Again, you go back to the magician. We have these tools. We have the resources. We don't have to add anything extra. We have to kind of process what we currently have now, right? Does that make sense? Time for a total mental emotional. Yeah. And I think that with the magician and the 10 of cups reversed, right, we recognize like I am the tool. I have everything I need with me to handle my life situation. Everything. I have all the tools and resources at my available to me. And so let me start somewhere with what I have. Let me start the healing process if I need to heal. Let me start whatever, like my business. Again, that's just again my example with my business, with being able to record videos. I had a really crappy camera, a regular light bulb, yada yada yada. I need to start somewhere, so let me start. And I started. I'm glad I did. I'm grateful for everyone who was a part of that process. And then as I emerge with the 10 of cups reversed, I recognize that I always want to be honest, and I always want to be emotionally real, and I am vulnerable all the time, the best way I can be. I show up, and I've expressed my struggles, and I've expressed all of that because I don't want anyone, again, example, like with these two cards, I don't want people witnessing me thinking, oh, he's he's perfect. I don't think anyone thinks that, but I'm glad because it's like I just want to be real, and I want people to feel like, oh wow, if he can do it, or if he's showing up, and yeah, he struggles, but he's still trying and working through whatever way he can. He has tools available, resources available, and he's using what he can to make it through and to thrive. And it's not always easy. I see that, right? I see that when he's on camera. I see those struggles. I see the realness there. And by me expressing that, by me allowing my cup to runneth over or whatever, all this sounds so weird, but allowing me to connect in that way emotionally, I get to show up in a real way where you get to witness like, oh wow, I can do it too. It's not perfect. It's messy. It's not always pretty. And I'm not alone in this struggle. We all have unique stuff to us, but we all struggle. Sometimes people are just not comfortable talking about it. They want to be seen as perfect. I don't blame them, but I'm not the one to pretend that, So I think we'll do another set. Does that make sense, y'all? What with the Phoenix energy, the Magician, and the 10 of Cups, where we have tools. It is time for us to use those tools now. It is time for us to weed out what we no longer emotionally or spiritually connect with, and to start focusing on the things that we actually love, that we actually want to bring in to our cup and fill up with. I hope that makes sense. I know that I'm talking a lot and I'm rambling, but I hope that yeah, we're gonna end with this next set. Oh my god. Yeah, this is going to be an intense the last set. We're gonna do 3 sets today. So with that being said, I'm laughing because this one is intense, and someone might guess it. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna have fun with this one. So let me see. I'm looking for something really quick on my computer. Let's do this. Boom. Hello. And then I need a set. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing up and talking. I like it. The next set starts with the devil. Ooh, the devil. The devil reversed. Dun dun dun. What does that say to you? Just looking at it, how does it make you feel? So, the devil reversed. Phoenix energy, transformation, the devil reversed. What is coming up? Thanks. Yeah. People get scared of the devil, but I love it. I don't know. I just love the card. I don't. It goes beyond like the Christian devil, and so I guess that's why I'm not really terrified against the devil with no power. Sugar. I like that one. Thank you for sharing that. I like that. Reversed devil with no power against the grain. Ooh. Thank you, Joanne. Ooh, is that crocheted? Thank you. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes I just start talking and stuff just, comes out and I'm like, what did I say? Don't know. Thank you for being, yeah, absolutely. I try. So the devil reversed. So when the devil reverse shows up, at least with what we're talking about today, I feel like there's a heaviness. There's like this intense, like a well of overwhelming beliefs or programming. With the devil reverse, I feel like I'm not in my own mind. I feel like I'm not in my own power. I feel overwhelmed by life choices or choices that have to be made. I feel overwhelmed because I want to escape. I don't want to show up in reality right now. I just want to escape, right? So the devil reverse, we're working with that that type of energy. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Joanne, for letting me know. The devil is a different perseverance. What temptations do I need to avoid in order to transformation to take place? Yes. Yeah, I like that too. So with the devil reverse, again, I'm in a space maybe where I am sort of like, what is this? We're moving against the grain, like Joy expressed. But we're sort of like flirting with energy where we have hope, and then it's like, oh no, not so much hope. It's this intense anxious energy, and being sort of like engulfed in how the world responds to me, how the world perceives me. And so when this comes up, I know that I need to not worry. Again, I think this connects really well with the card so far, but I need to not worry about what others view of me, what others believe of me, what others want to say about me. What other people say about me is not my business. The devil reversed, and I think also for people who have had like harsh life experiences, and again, I'm talking about people who all kinds of things, people who are sober, who have had a past. Everyone has a past, but people who are sober, people look at people who have had like a addiction problem in a very low way, and I think that's so ignorant. It happens, and I think that when you understand, like, there are reasons for people wanting to escape, and escape with food, escape with drugs, escape with whatever, but the world, society looks at these people as inferior almost, or bottom of the barrel, and that's not true. But with the devil reversed, it's like, this is how I feel, this is how I am being seen. And at the same time, does that make sense? And so at the same time, it's like, I need to let go of that. If someone is going to judge me based on my past, my experiences, the things I had to do to survive, they don't know my story, and they're not trying to know my story. And I'm not here. I don't owe them an explanation. I don't have to share that with them. If they want to judge me, if the world wants to judge me, then so be it. They're not going to control me any longer. So I have to remember myself with the devil reverse. I have to remind myself that I am not going to allow other people to control me based on stuff that they don't know. Why? Why? I deserve to be here just like everyone else. Just because I have struggled, again, this is for anyone, because I've struggled with addiction, or I have struggled with body dysmorphia, or pro Anna, pro Mia, whatever it is, just because I have struggled with something, and I have been hurt, and I have hurt others, and I have been through this chaos, right? Does not mean that I am worthless. Does not mean that I don't have something to offer. Does not mean that I don't deserve a rightful spot at living life. That I don't deserve a shot at experiencing, this beauty that the world has to offer. It doesn't mean that I am unclean, right? And so with the devil reverse, we're sort of like we're going through our own life cycle where we're judging ourselves based on what other people have judged us, and based on what society deems as acceptable and appropriate and all this other crap. We are allowing ourselves to be in this sort of cycle where it's just too much and we don't need it. Right? Thank you. I hope so. I try. It does. It does circle back to the first set. It does. And that's why I'm like, this ends here. I like this. My mother always said Joanne did not come with the remote. Yep. I like that a lot. And so again, with the devil reverse, like, oh, we're processing things where I am finding my voice, I am finding my power, I am finding my sexuality, my sensuality, I'm finding my body, I am finding my love for myself. Yes, with the devil reverse, I am finding all of these pleasures that life has to offer that I get to experience. And I don't care what you think is right or wrong. I have to make those choices for myself. And so, for me to love someone, and there are other people, when I was living in sugar, there are people everywhere, it doesn't matter where you're from, who are going to hate on you and judge you and think you are low because of your skin tone, your sex, because of everything, right? And so I don't care. And I will admit, it's like I am terrified at times to, hold Wayward Wearables, Michael, my man, my fiance. I don't like showing affection in public because I am scared that someone is going to attack us. Like when we had someone, chase us down in their damn truck, and it was scary, and that's scary, but other people experience worse. People die, people are beaten for being who they are, for loving who they love. And with the devil reverse, it's like we have to confront those things within us, and we have to find a space where we can say, you know what, I need to be me. I need to love who I love. I need to be able to express that and show that. And if you judge it, if you want to harm me for it, that's on you. I can't do anything about that. I'm not here to make you comfortable with who I am. I am not here to make you comfortable with my choices and with my beauty. Excuse it. Sorry, not really. Does that make sense? And so these are things that are surfacing when we deal with the devil reversed. a lot of heavy stuff, and a lot of stuff that we have to, where are we participating in this? Are we the one experiencing these things, or are we the one projecting these things? And it is time for us to learn where our upbringing, society, all of the chains, all of the ignorance, all of the hate, all of the misinformation, all of the fear, it is now an excuse, because we have so much information available to us to be better, to know better, to do better, to act better, to behave better. And if we are not, that is us choosing to remain ignorant, to remain hateful, right? And so we have to confront those inner demons, those inner fears. That's what's going on here. Okay. And let's go into the second card. I'm not a huge fan. The six, it's a very depressing last set of cards, isn't it? The Six of Swords reversed. Although, what does this say to you? How does it make you feel? Mind your business, be yourself, and be happy. Yeah. Releasing the stories that have been programmed by society. Yes. So it's like, okay, with the devil, all of these fears, all of these, like, again, we're in a self created prison, so to speak, now, because we can know better, we can choose better now. So we have to sort of come out of that shell. We have to choose to break those chains, break I don't know why I have to break. Oh my god. Break the chains of trauma that have been continued through ancestry, through family, through upbringing, through society. It is time for us to release those things and break those chains and just try to do better from this point forward, right? And then we have the Six of Swords reversed, and it's a lot. It's a lot of like mental can't say the word that I want to say. It's a lot of mental yuck, challenging, and frustration, and exhaustion, depletion. There's a lot there. And so, but what is to be emerged from this is that as we confront these fears, as we release and let go of these things, with the Six of Swords reversed, we're like, okay, boom, boom, boom. We're not running away. We are not running away. We're not moving on and like saying, I'm not going to confront this. No, we're like, okay, I've learned, I'm growing, and I know how to handle my life. I know how to handle the ignorance in my life, the ignorance that I have, the ignorance that is around me. And so now I get to, we're going to drop them hoops. I get to drop those hoops. And instead of like, going for the throat, that was a bad one. Sorry. Instead of having to go for the throat, I can be like, I'm ready. I am ready to handle this. I am ready to communicate. I am ready to face my own fears. I am ready to face my own ignorance. I am ready to face my own judgments that I have placed on me and that I have allowed other people to place on me. I am ready for that. Let's have that conversation, because I can. And what am I? I am ready. And so I'm not running away. I'm not backing down. And I don't have to be rude. I can be, but I don't have to be. I am ready to handle anything that pops up. I choose myself. I choose my life. I choose the person that I am. I choose my family. I choose to treat with love and with respect and with acceptance. And I choose to learn how to do that every single day. And I choose to break the chains, the ignorance, the hurt that was done to me, or that was caused towards me, or that I participated in, or whatever it is, right? I choose to break that, and I release that, and I choose to heal for myself and for my world that moves on. And so I am no longer running away. I'm running towards me. Again, all of us. And it feels, and I'll tell you like the picture that I have in my head right now that's being shown to me. It's like we are running to our younger selves. We are running to that sort of the inner child, and we're saying, I got you. I have your back. I wasn't able to be there for you. I guess this did turn into a kind of reading, huh? I wasn't there to I wasn't able to be what you needed in that moment. And I escaped. I ran away. But no longer. I'm here. I'm able to show up, and it matters that I'm able to show up now. I'm able to be what I need to be for myself now, and handle this, right? Let's see. Take your time with it and go slow. Yeah. Releasing the stories that have been programmed by society. Yes. The fight is on. Yes. Making a choice to stay or leave an unfulfilling situation. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Against ignorance. Yes. So, again, I like this because I feel it ends with, what are we letting go of with the Phoenix energy? What are we burning up? We are burning the chains of the past because we are not carrying that with us any longer. We are not moving forward, holding on to the damage and the trauma and the bull sugar of what we have experienced. No longer will we allow it to be an active part of our story. And so we are confronting it, and we are healing it, and we are working to release it. So I don't have to run away. I'm walking here in this present moment, and I'm able to confront what I need to confront, right? I'm able to say, no, this is done. And so what emerges is the ability to step into one's own power, one's own strength, and to live it, to really confront our own demons, our own fears, our own inferiority complexes, all of it. Making the choices to leave or stay in situations that may be frustrating, growing from experiences that happen, nurturing the wounds. Yeah. So, any last thoughts? Any last minute thoughts? That was a lot, and I think that they all tie in really well together, but I hope that we handled it in a way where we talked about the rebirthing process, like sort of Phoenix energy, what we are actually working on releasing so something new can take its place. And I think we did that fairly well. So the Devil reverse and the Six of Swords reverse, it's heavy, but I think all of it is helping us to step into our own power and to remember that we do have the resources available to create the change we want, and that if we want a happy life, we do have to choose it. We do at times have to be emotionally vulnerable, and we need to learn to communicate effectively. And instead of running away from our problems, we have to meet them head on, and we're stronger for it. And you deserve to live a life of your dreams, and a life of your desires, and a life of your choosing. Don't think that because you have a history, don't think that because you have a story, that somehow you don't deserve to experience good things. We have that right, all of us. And don't let anyone tell you differently, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Start focusing on your own journey. Start focusing on what is important to you. Start investing into what you already have and expanding upon that. Make those wonderful things happen for yourself. All right. So with that being said, y'all, thank you so much. I know this is a long video, but I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed our time together. It's spring, plant seeds, and help them grow. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to know how to support this experience, these public videos and everything I do, you can click the link in the description to the link tree, and that will share with you various ways to support. You can book a reading with me. You can purchase a pop-it if you want, or you can share just by engaging. That helps as well. There's all kinds of ways to support. Feel free to share this with people that you think they would enjoy this. I will be back probably, I don't know, Saturday, maybe tomorrow, Sunday, with another video, I'm thinking. So I hope you like this. Let me know if you did. And I will also be in the Healing Crystals group, which I linked in the description, with my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She's having her crystal event this weekend. So thank you again. Hey, Mark. Thank you again, and I will talk to you soon. All right. So take care.